America's kids are about to get a wake-up call. President Trump just announced he's bringing back the presidential fitness test to every school in the nation. Remember those pull-ups and sit-ups and mile runs that separated the strong from the weak? Well, they're coming back, but this isn't just about gym class. Trump's signing an executive order with legendary athletes to launch a total health revolution. From big pharma price controls to big tech health tracking, from school cafeterias to digital medical records, everything's changing. Some see opportunity, others, well, they see Big Brother. Secretary Kennedy says that we're going to make America healthy again. The fitness test is only the beginning. What comes next may just shock you, so don't go anywhere. Now, if you're getting close to retirement or just thinking ahead, you've probably done a solid job of saving. But here's something most people don't consider. How much of that money is sitting in a cash safe? Well, it might feel safe, but holding too much cash guarantees only one thing. You are losing purchasing power every time they print more. Yes, inflation eats away at it, and the dollar's value keeps slipping. That's why more people are looking at real assets like physical gold and silver to protect their savings. Noble Gold Investments makes it easy. Visit nextnewsgold.com. And when you own real assets, you have real wealth. You can also call that number on the screen, 877-646-5347. And when they pick up the phone, tell them that Gary Franchi sent you. Okay, before we get into the big news about the sports and the physical fitness test, we have this just in from the press office. Our cameras were there exclusively capturing this angle. No one has this angle but us because we are White House credentialed outlet. Karoline Leavitt, Brown University banned from trans procedures. Trump administration halts puberty blockers, gender surgeries, and racial quotas at Brown. Leavitt says this is part of a larger plan to end the chemical castration of minors nationwide. Listen.
Off the funding. Elizabeth. Thanks, Caroline. Part of the settlement with Brown prohibits it from performing transgender procedures or prescribing hormone, puberty blockers, that type of thing. Will eliminating these types of procedures be a priority for the Trump administration in negotiations with other universities? I can tell you that ending the chemical castration of children in our country is a priority of this administration. We've talked to many of these universities about it, but the president has also taken very strong action to cut off the funding for any medical institution in this country that provides those barbaric procedures. The Brown University agreement, since you brought it up, is yet another win to root out anti-Semitic behavior on our nation's college campuses and unlawful racial discrimination. Brown has agreed to no longer allow unlawful racial discrimination in admissions or university programming. They have agreed to provide access to all relevant data and information to rigorously assess compliance with its commitment to merit-based admissions, and they will pay $50 million over 10 years to state workforce development organizations that comply with anti-discrimination laws, supporting regional economic growth and career opportunities. Brown will also adopt the definitions of male and female from President Trump's executive order, defending women and gender ideology extremism for women's sports, programming, facilities, and housing. Brown will no longer perform gender reassignment surgeries on minors or prescribe them puberty blockers or cross-sex hormones. And Brown will take steps to improve the campus climate for Jewish students and combat anti-Semitism on their campus. This is yet another huge win for American students and for those who love our country and want to abide by our country's laws. On the topic of defending women from gender ideology extremism and helping women's sports, the president will be signing an executive order at 4 o'clock today with some very famous professional athletes whom I'm sure you all know. And that executive order will be focused on strengthening athletics in our country and making America healthy again. And we are going to re-implement the presidential fitness test in America's schools, which is, I think, something all Americans can get behind. So you'll hear from the president in 2 hours, and we will see you all there. Thank you.
And that concluded the press conference that we were at today. So flash forward to the moment when she said President Trump would be talking about it. Well, here he is.
I'm pleased to announce that we're officially restoring the Presidential Fitness Test and the Presidential Fitness Award, and it's going to be a very big thing. From the late 1950s until the 2013, graduate scholars all across our country competed against each other in the presidential fitness test, and it was a big deal. This was a wonderful tradition, and we're bringing it back. I'm pleased to announce.
We are bringing it back, baby. Do you remember taking that test? I do. I totally do. Okay, let's keep going. Here we have more. President, this is Bryson Deck. We have an opportunity of it being the 7th ever. Okay.
I never would have. First off, I'd like to say thank you to President Trump and Vice President Vance for your support and this initiative and council. And to be honest, I never would have thought that this opportunity would have been here right at our doorstep. We have an opportunity at being the 70th anniversary of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition to literally change the fabric of kids' lives. And our first initiative is to bring back and reignite the President's Fitness Test, and then also reestablish some key other metrics on guidelines around building some communities, and also, again, with the President's initiatives around college, we think we can help in that regard too. But we've got a great established council with us that we believe we can change the fabric of our communities and kids' livelihoods for the future generations that are to come. I can't thank you guys enough, and looking forward to making massive changes in kids' lives and in our America's future. Thank you. First off,
We are making America healthy again. Here's where President Trump is talking about sports being so important.
Playing sports.
What has sports meant to you? And did you have a sports hero growing up?
Maybe Lawrence Taylor. Could be Lawrence. Or I know him so well. Well, a lot of sports heroes. It meant a lot. I was always a person that loved playing sports. I was good at sports. When you were really focused on sports, you thought about nothing else. There was nothing else outside. It kept you. And to an extent, this is one of the reasons I like golf. You get away for a couple of hours. I play quickly and get through it. And for 2 hours, you're not thinking about all of the nonsense and all of the important things, frankly. But it cleans your mind. No, I think sports is so important. I think what this council is doing is going to be very important. And it gives you a little exercise, sometimes a lot of exercise. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Sports are, you learn about people and you learn about how people compete. Now, it doesn't mean that if somebody's not a good athlete, a lot of people just are not good athletes, so they can't compete. But you learn about people playing sports and playing sports with and against some. So I've always loved it. It's been very important to me. These people are, inspirations. These are the top people in their individual sports. The council itself, I mean, they have some of the greatest champions, for the most part, the greatest champions in their sport. So they really understand sports, and understanding it's very important. Thank you for the question. Yep.
Let's keep going. We got some more to get to in this segment. Here we have Triple H.
Thank you for this honor. First of all, I'd like to say the same. Thank you to President Trump. Thank you for this honor. I'm humbled by it. I'm truly honored to be on this. Vice President Vance, thank you very much. Secretary Kennedy, truly appreciate all that everybody is doing for the health and wellness of the entire country. For me, since I was 14, this has been such an important part of my life. Health, fitness, sports, nutrition, all of it. I think learning that at a young age sets you up for success in life. And without it, you're at a lesser place for it. So I look forward to the opportunity to do this. I look forward to the opportunity to help make our youth healthy, help get them engaged in sports, and let them learn what it takes to be successful in life. So thank you very much for the honor. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.
We've also got this just in from RFK. The White House just posting this. Make health tech great again. Thanks to President Trump, patients will finally have access to their medical records.
Access to real.
Thanks to President Trump, patients will finally have access to their medical records.
If we want MAHA to really work, we want to make Americans healthy again, we've got to give them individualized power over their own health records so they can make good decisions about what they eat, how they sleep,
We at Oracle are thrilled to be part of the change. We're thrilled to enable the technology to make it just as easy for all of the patients in the United States to get their health record as is to get any other piece of information.
We need to think about this data as an interconnected ecosystem so that anywhere you are, at any place, you can get access to real-time medical advice.
This is an experience that we're excited to bring to healthcare as well. We're excited to collaborate with CMS to make that happen.
This is a first step in getting greater visibility for our patients into their own medical records.
Thanks to the Trump administration and what Dr. Oz and Secretary Kennedy are doing, patients are finally able to have access to their medical records.
My daughter has a rare disease. She sees 12 different doctors and has over 40 patient portals. And after this initiative, she'll be able to take out her phone and tap it at the doctor's office to share her records instantly.
For too long, Americans have waited to find out if they can get a doctor's appointment or whether they can get a bill from the hospital they can afford to pay or whether they can even pick up the medications in the pharmacy. That's all changing. Today, we are using technology like all other sectors of the economy have used it to actually improve the quality of the experience for the American people.
Until it gets hacked. Yeah, I mean, it's great to have all of our medical records, at our fingertips, but what happens when someone hacks the system, right? Or what if Big Brother starts watching? What if this, administration passes and now we have a corrupt administration willing to exploit your medical records, right? I mean, yeah, it sounds great, but you got to also look at the big picture. Trump revives the presidential fitness test, putting weakness on notice. Here we have, this is Vivek Ramaswamy. He was big on this back in February.
To early childhood. And that's what we owe to our kids, to make sure we give them the very best possible teachers who teach them to excel in the subjects that actually matter. Not just reading, writing, and math, but also physical education. We're going to bring back PE into early childhood education, starting in kindergarten. We're going to bring back the presidential fitness test in middle schools. And yes, that includes the pull-ups that we had to do back when we were going through that, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. We're going to serve healthier foods in our public school cafeterias. Because the best way to save on health costs in the long run is to have a healthier population in the first place. Not just physical health, but that includes mental health too. And that's...
I mean, I can already hear the groans coming from every student across the land. See, they don't even understand what this means. But you and I do. Oh, yes, I remember those pull-ups. I remember having to run that mile. I remember having to do the sit-ups. At the pull-up station, remember those wooden pull-up stations, right? And you'd put your feet underneath it, and you do the sit-ups, and then you'd go and you do the pull-ups, and then you go out to the track behind the school, and you have to run, right? Yeah, I remember. I also remember back in high school when kids, that when we didn't complete the mile. I would personally, just push it off, like just not do it until the gym teacher was so frustrated. He's like, "Look, guys, just go out there with a stopwatch and just time yourselves." So there was a big group of us that went out there behind the school on the football track, and some of the kids were just walking around the track smoking cigarettes. I'll never forget it. That wasn't me, though, I don't think. Could have been. Okay, back to this. Here is Senator Kennedy 6 hours ago. Thank you, POTUS. With your leadership, we're going to make America healthy again. And this is more from the White House talking about the CMS digital health tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans. CMS means Content Management System. So your health is content to be managed.
We're opening up. Mr. President, today we are making American health technology remarkably great again.
We're officially launching the CMS digital health tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with a 21st century experience on health.
The average Americans are tired. They're tired of waiting for access to their medical records. They're also tired of waiting for Washington to take action.
We're opening up the playing field so that the best tools can scale, compete on value, and discover new methods for making Americans healthy again.
Doctors and patients will always remain in control. We will save time, we will save money, and most importantly, we'll save lives.
President Trump, you've asked us to think big. You've inspired us to dream big. And with your leadership, we're going to make America healthy again.
There you have the White House official video. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's see here. Letters to Novartis, Bristol Myers, and Squibb. Okay, so President Trump issued letters, 17 letters to drug manufacturers outlining steps they must take to bring down prescription drug prices. If they refuse to step up, the administration will use every tool to protect Americans from continued abusive drug pricing practices. The White House, this was brought up at the press conference today. Let's see what we have here. Trump administration launching new health data tracking initiative, partnering with big tech firms like Google, Oracle, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and OpenAI to collect and integrate America's personal medical information through private apps and platforms. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, that's kind of scary, if you ask me. But at least he's sending letters to Big Pharma to reduce drug prices for Americans. I know a lot of you guys out there are hearing that and cheering that on. But I don't know about the kids. I don't think they even know what's coming in the next school year. That's just around the corner. I'm going to have to talk to my children about that. If you got a value from this report, tab subscribe. My final thought is next. Now, this is bigger than push-ups and pull-ups. Trump's fitness revolution targets the root of America's health crisis. Kids addicted to screens will face physical standards again. The presidential fitness test returns to expose weakness and reward strength. But look a little bit deeper. Trump sent letters to 17 big pharma giants demanding they slash drug prices or face consequences. He's launching a digital health ecosystem with Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and OpenAI tracking your medical data. Now, some call it personalized medicine. Others warn it's surveillance on steroids. Brown University just agreed to end transgender procedures on minors after federal pressure. Media Matters is getting shut down. Physical fitness, pharmaceutical reform, and digital health fusion all launching simultaneously. It's not random. It's coordinated. The question, do you trust big tech with your health data? If it means cheaper drugs and personalized treatment, drop a yes or a no. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. And you can show your American strength with Next News merch at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. We got President Otto Penn, Alligator Alcatraz. We got the American Badass series where you can trigger a liberal today at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.